How many countries are there in South America? South America isn't just a continent, but also a sub-region in the entire land of America, according to the United Nations geo-scheme for the Americas. Some professionals loosely speak of South America as Latin America and the Southern Cone when describing it culturally and geographically. Let's start the tour of the continent by answering this question. How many countries are there in South America? The answer isn't as straightforward as saying there are 12 countries in South America, because some dependent territories are also considered as parts of the continent. Let me give you an overview of each of these countries in just alphabetical order, not in any preferential order. Alright, hop in and let's travel around the continent. 1. Argentina. We take off from Argentina in the southern half of the continent. The country with 4 geographical regions shares its western and eastern borders with Chile and the Atlantic Ocean respectively. These natural regions are the Andes, northern Plains and Foothills, the Pampas and Patagonia. The country's official language is Spanish, though the majority of Argentines are of Italian descent. Covering an area of 1,073,518 square miles, the country with some 45 million people is the second largest in South America after Brazil. Its capital, Buenos Aires, is the largest city with a population of over 13 million. The main unit of currency is peso. 2. Bolivia. We land first in Bolivia in the center of the continent. The landlocked country has 3 main geographic areas, namely the Alto Plano highlands, the valleys and the tropical lowlands. Spanish is the official language of Bolivia. The majority of the Bolivians are indigenous people, while less than half of them are mixed or European descent. The Bolivian population of about 11 million people lives on a total area of 424,164 square miles, including La Paz, the capital city. Unfortunately, with its Boliviano as the main unit of currency, the country is regarded as the poorest in the continent. 3. Brazil. Our next point of call is Brazil, the largest and the most populous country in South America. With a population of some 212 million, the largest city in the country, Sao Paulo, has a population of about 10 million. Most of the Brazilians live in urban areas, while the majority of the biggest cities are the country's coastline. Interestingly, the country's capital, Brasilia, is not among the first 5 largest and most populous cities. A form of Portuguese is the official language in Brazil. Many people also speak English, French or Spanish. Sao Paulo is the largest city in the country, where Brazilian real is the main unit of currency. 4. Chile. Chile, a South American country with a unique geographical configuration, sits on the Pacific coast of the continent's half. While the country on the area of 291,930 square miles is long from north to south, it's quite narrow from east to west. Santiago, the capital and largest city, is home to 1/5 of Chileans. Spanish is the official language also in Chile. With peso as its main unit of currency, the country is considered the most stable and most prosperous in South America. 5. Colombia. We now move to the northwest corner of the continent, where we find Colombia. The country, with a population of about 51 million, is naturally divisible into 6 geographical regions, namely the Andes mountain range, the Llanos Plains, the Pacific coastal region, the Caribbean coastal region, and the Amazon rainforest region. More than 80% of the population live in cities, one of which is Bogotá, the largest and the capital. The official language of Colombia is Spanish, and it's the 3rd largest Spanish-speaking country after Mexico and the US. Occupying an area of 440,831 square miles, the majority of Colombians are on the Caribbean coast and the Andean highlands. 6. Ecuador. As we continue, let's check Ecuador, another Spanish-speaking country. In fact, the name of this country is the Spanish word for the equator, and the name is fitting as the world's equator passes right through Ecuador on the Pacific coast of the continent's northwest. The 3 distinct regions of Ecuador are the Central Highlands, also known as Sierra, the Oriente in the east, largely covered by jungles, and the coastal plains. The country, occupying an area of 109,484 square miles, has a population of about 18 million, 2/3 of which live in cities. Quito, the second largest city after Guayaquil, is the capital of Ecuador. 7. Guyana. We now turn our gaze at Guyana, a small country on the northern Atlantic coast of South America with a population of about 789,000. It has a sizable area of 83,000 square miles. Georgetown, which is the capital city, is home to nearly a third of its population. Notably, English is the official language of this country, though Hindi, Urdu and Native American languages are also common. The main unit of currency of this country is Guyana dollar. The two largest ethnic groups in this country are of Indian and African descents. 8. Paraguay. Paraguay is another landlocked country in South America. With an approximate population of 7 million, largely urban, Paraguay sits on an area of 157,048 square miles. The country's capital and largest city is Asunción. Though Spanish is the official language, Guaran and Portuguese are widely spoken. Guaranese are the most populous indigenous people in Paraguay, while most of the population is of mixed ancestry. The country's economy is still underdeveloped, with Guarani as its main unit of currency. 9. Peru. We are now on the Pacific coast of South America, where we find Peru in the northern half of the continent. This country has 3 geographic regions, namely the Andes Mountains, the coast, and Amazon rainforest. The over 33 million Peruvians have a total area of 496,225 square miles to live on. As usual, most of this population are city dwellers. For instance, some 7.7 million Peruvians live in Lima, the largest and the capital city of Peru. The 3 official languages are Spanish, which is the most widely spoken language, Quechua and Aymara. A notable population of Peru speaks English. The main monetary unit in Peru is Nueva Sol. 10. Suriname. The South American country of Suriname is in the northeastern part of the continent. The country's total area of 63,037 square miles is just enough for its population of around 590,000, mostly dwellers on the country's Atlantic coastline. The coastal city of Paramaribo, the country's largest and capital city, is home to more than 40% of Surimanese. Dutch is the official language of Suriname. However, languages such as English, Surinamese, Taki-Taki, Hindustani, Chinese, French, Spanish, Javanese are not strange in Surinamese ears. The main monetary unit is Surinamese dollar. 11. Uruguay. Another country on the Atlantic coast is Uruguay in southeastern South America. With a population of about 3.5 million, Uruguay has a relatively small land area of 68,037 square miles. The largest and the capital city of Montevideo is home to a third of that population. The great majority of Uruguayans are of European descent, and they speak Spanish, the country's official and main language. With Uruguayan peso as the main currency unit, the country's economy is majorly dependent on beef exports. 12. Venezuela. The oil-rich Venezuela in northern Southern America and on the Caribbean coast is the 12th country to be discussed. It has 4 geographic regions, namely the northeastern Maracaibo lowlands, the northern mountains, the Orinoco Plains in the center, and the Guyana highlands in the southeast. The Venezuelan estimated population of 28 million live in an area of 353,841 square miles, and most of these are urban dwellers. Caracas, the country's largest and the capital city, has about 3 million residents. Again, Spanish is the official language of Venezuela, and the main monetary unit is Bolivar. As observed earlier, apart from these 12 sovereign states, South America also has 2 dependencies, namely Falkland Island and French Guyana. The territory of French Guyana, a dependency of France, is on the northern Atlantic coast of the continent with a population of about 294,071. Cayenne is the capital of French Guyana. The territory known as the Falkland Islands is made up of a group of islands controlled by Britain. Also known as Islas Malvinas, it's on the southern coast of Argentina with an approximate population of 3,600. This least populous territory on the land area of 4,700 square miles has Stanley as its capital. Another territory in South America is South Georgia, an uninhabited mountainous island and a dependency of the UK in the South Atlantic Ocean. We can also mention Ascension Island in the South Atlantic Ocean, also a British dependency to the northwest of St. Helena. Bouvet Island, Panama, and Trinidad and Tobago can also be included in this continent on a total area of 6,890,000 square miles. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.